future tennis champion Alexandra Eala shocks hometown school with heartfelt kindness and uplifting message. The morning sun glowed softly over the quiet streets of Quezon City, painting the sky in shades of pink and gold. The air buzzed with an unusual excitement, whispers spreading to the hallways of St. Isabel Academy, a modest school tucked between tall acacia trees, and the hum of jeepneys passing by. Rumor had it that a global tennis star was visiting. The teachers knew, the principal knew, but the students didn't. All they had been told was to gather in the auditorium at 10 a.m. for a special announcement. At exactly 9:58, a white SUV rolled through the school gates. Out stepped Alexandra Alex, the Philippines' brightest tennis prodigy, a name now spoken with admiration in global sports circles. Clad in a simple white polo, jeans and sneakers, she looked less like an international star and more like the same student who once ran through these corridors, clutching a tennis racket. Twice her size. The guard saluted her. The teacher smiled, trying to hide their awe, but Alex just waved humbly and said, "I'm home." The surprise of a lifetime. Inside the school auditorium, hundreds of students sat cross-legged on the floor. The walls were decorated with colorful banners reading, "Welcome back, alumni," though most didn't yet realize which alumni they were welcoming. When the principal finally stepped up to the microphone, her voice was warm but shaky. With emotion, "Students," she began, "we have a very special guest today. Someone who once sat where you were sitting, who once dreamed from these same classrooms. Please welcome home our own Alexandra Eala." For a second there was silence. A stunned pause in an entire room erupted. Cheers, gasps, and screams filled air as the crowd surged their feet. Some shouted her name. Others simply covered their mouths in disbelief. Alex walked onto the small stage, smiling wide, her eyes glistening with nostalgia. "Hi, everyone," she said softly into mic. "Wow, this feels unreal. Memories that never left." Before she spoke further, Alex turned her gaze toward the corner of the room, the same spot where she used to sit during morning assemblies. She chuckled lightly. "I remember sitting there, wearing my ponytail too tight, thinking about my next tennis lesson after school. I had no idea that those moments would lead me here." The students listened in awe as she shared stories from her childhood, sneaking extra sandwiches in the cafeteria before practice, sprinting across the basketball court, pretending it was Wimbledon, and dreaming of one day holding the Philippine flag on an international stage. "I wasn't the tallest," she said, laughing. "I wasn't the strongest either, but I had a dream that refused to sleep." Her words struck deeply, especially with the younger students who often felt invisible in the crowd. One sixth grader whispered to her friend, "She was just like us." The heartfelt gift, but Alex hadn't come just to give a speech. She had come to give back. After the applause settled, she gestured toward a group of assistants carrying several large boxes wrapped in ribbons. "I wanted to do something special for the school that believed in me before the world even knew my name," she said. The principal looked curious. "What's this, Alex?" Alex smiled. "A little gift, or maybe promise." As the ribbons were untied, the boxes revealed brand new sports equipment, tennis rackets, nets, balls, gym mats, and even a freshly signed banner reading, "From dreams to reality. Believe and you will achieve. Red heart, Alex Eala." The students gasped. Some clapped wildly. Others simply stared in awe. But Alex wasn't done yet. She took the microphone again and said, "Starting next month, I'll be funding a free after-school sports program right here at St. Isabel Academy. It's called Project Serve, and it's for any student who wants to play tennis, no matter your background, no matter your skill. The room went silent for a moment before exploding in tears again. Tears welled in the eyes of several teachers. The principal wiped hers away and said, "Alex, this will change lives." Alex simply replied, "That's the goal." Lessons beyond the court. Once the excitement calmed, Alex began her talk. Not about fame or trophies, but about character. "Tennis taught me how to fight," she said, "but also taught me how to lose gracefully, how to rise again, and how to stand for something bigger than myself." She told the students about her early struggles, the homesickness of training abroad, the sting of early losses, the pressure of being labeled the next big thing. There were days, she admitted, when I wanted to give up, when I cried in hotel rooms, because I felt like I wasn't enough. But every time I remembered this place, I remember my teachers telling me, "Alex, the court is just another classroom. Learn from it." She paused, taking a deep breath, and I did. Then she looked at the crowd, her voice steady yet emotional. "You don't have to be a tennis player to dream big. You just have to believe you can make a difference right where you are." The students erupted into applause once again. But this time it wasn't for a celebrity. It was for someone who had just reminded them what hope looked like, a promise to the next generation. After a talk, Alex spent the afternoon with the students. She visited classrooms, shared lunch with teachers, and even joined a group of kids for a short rally in the dusty school courtyard. She held the racket like she was 10 years old again, barefoot, laughing and hitting balls that bounced unevenly on cracked cement. A small boy, maybe 8, nervously approached her. "Miss Alex, I don't have a racket at home," he said shyly without hesitation. Alex handed him hers. "Now you do," she smiled. The boy's eyes widened. "Really? Really?" she said. "Just promise me you'll practice and that you'll never give up." He nodded vigorously. "I promise." The spark that never fades. Months later, as Alex competed in another international tournament, she carried a small token with her, a friendship bracelet handmade by one of the St. Isabel kids. Whenever the match got tough, she'd glance at it and remember the smiles, the laughter, and the promise she made to always use her platform for good. Winning mattered, yes, but meaning mattered more. In her post-match interview after a tough semifinal win, a reporter asked, "What keeps you grounded despite your success?" Alex paused, her eyes soft but steady. "I remember where I came from," she said. "I remember a small school in Quezon City that taught me dreams start with kindness. And somewhere back home, in that same schoolyard, children played tennis under the fading sun, their laughter echoing into the air, carrying forward the spirit of the girl who once dared to dream from those very grounds." Epilogue full circle. Years from now, those same students will tell stories about that day, the day a hometown girl returned not with trophies or fame, but with kindness, humility, and hope. They'll remember how she spoke, how she gave, and how she made them believe that their dreams were possible, too. And somewhere watching another generation take their first swings, Alexandra Eala will smile knowing her greatest victory wasn't title or medal. It was a legacy of kindness she left behind. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next